Now on to more fun stuff. From X Factor to 4 top 40 albums, our next guest rose to fame in 2012 after auditioning in the hit TV talent show, which saw her sign to a major record label. Now on her 5th album, she's just finished an acoustic tour of the UK.
But far from sitting back, singer-songwriter Lucy Spraggan has released a new single for the Christmas, Drink Till We Go Home. Before we chat to Lucy, let's take a quick look.
It's getting late and we're starting to sway. We're watching the families leave. They're forming the line as they're saying goodbye, and it's all spilling onto the street. When the curtains close, the ashtrays come out, and the doors are bolted. The cold can't stay out. And my young wish this Christmas is to walk home in the snow and to drink till we go home.
Lucy, you've possibly captured the spirit of Christmas for a lot of people in this country, I'm sure your country as well there.
100%. I hope so anyway, because that's what we wanted to do with that song, is like show what Christmas is like for everyday people like us. Just want to go to the pub and be with our friends.
Have a bit of a party. And then a lot of your friends and, family and people involved in making the video, I believe.
Every single person in that video is a friend of mine, and they came down, and it's the bar that I did my first ever gig in, actually, and I used to live there and work there.
So it's your local?
It was my local.
Brilliant.
At the time, and so we got everybody in. I put quite a bit of cash behind the bar, and they just drank it all, and I stayed sober for the day to record.
You were professional to the last.
I was professional, but it was amazing. It was such a fun day, and I think it shows it in that video.
It's lovely, isn't it, to be able to do that and include the people who are important to you. Every time that video is played now, you can kind of look back on it so fondly.
It's so cool. It's even got one of my mum's ex-boyfriends in it. I was just picking people from everywhere.
Brilliant.
It is like we were talking about, local pubs in different countries or different towns around the country, and at Christmas is a time where people come home from all over the place, and you see, oh, that's your man, that's the guy, used to be friends with him in school. Or
it did feel like that because it was a real school reunion. But that's kind of what we're about, like the team that I work with, and even my shows. I kind of feel like I'm just surrounded by friends all the time.
Tell us about this. 4 top 40 albums, as we mentioned there. I know, look, you probably are sick talking about it, but I want to go back to...
We're going to go there.
We're going to go there and get it out of the way, and maybe just to sort of plot the journey since then.
Yeah.
When I see someone like you, and you're this organic singer-songwriter, your songs are so autobiographical, they all tell stories. How did the X Factor thing fit with you at the time, and what's your reflections on it now?
At the time, it didn't really fit with me, and I didn't fit with them so much, but it was a weird connection that actually ended up working in the end. When I first went on, I asked if I was able to do my own songs, and they said yes. And then just before I was about to go on to do my first song, they said, oh, no, you can't do your own song. Right. So I went out and did my own song.
Anyway. Because
that was, it was in front of an arena full of people, so I just thought...
So this, when you were in X Factor, it was the height of the X Factor as well, it was 2012. Yeah. So it was probably when they were getting peak ratings, wasn't it? Everyone and their granny was watching the show. Was Talisa...
Talisa was my mentor. Yeah. There was the year with James Arthur and Ella Henderson and Jermaine and Rylan. And I feel it was the last sort of year that, like you say, there was 11 million viewers every night, I think.
It was incredible, wasn't it?
But it was a laugh. It's a real laugh. Did
you enjoy the process, not being the typical kind of pop star, I suppose, that might be associated with the X Factor?
I thought it was a really great experience, and one that people, you don't get yet to experience that ever. It's just such an independent thing to have seen. But it was funny when they were trying to, put me... She said, I'm going to make you look like a gothy rock chick, the makeup woman. And I said, no, you're not.
Yeah. Me.
It was really good, and it was challenging to, your own, identity, I suppose, because, like you say, they are sort of trying to keep moulding you. And...
Yeah, they have their own expectations, and then you being very independent and having your own sense of style and individuality almost jars with what the X Factor is about, doesn't it?
But I think this is a cool sort of description for it, is that they whitened my teeth, and it hurt so much that I just went back and just put loads of that red Sensodyne on it, because they said don't put anything coloured on your teeth because it'll turn them horrible colour. I was like, oh, beauty is pain, I'm not having it. Straight on with the Sensodyne.
Not interested in that.
It's funny because it's so far removed from what I do now. because, like you say, it's quite organic. We just do, you know, we've sold 24,000 tickets in the UK since January, so it's been a pretty amazing year. We played Glastonbury and the Isle of Wight Festival, and it's also, it's so different from them.
And just listening to your songs, I use the word autobiographical or maybe more kind of story-based. Are you fitting into sort of there's a mood of singer-songwriters, and I mean, I suppose Ed Sheeran is somebody who's at the absolute front of it, but there's loads more where the songs, they tell stories, they're very much in your own accent and in your own voice. Do you feel you're fitting into kind of a broader pattern in that sense?
I hope so. I mean, I've been doing that since I started writing songs. It's always just been like that. And I am really glad that that's coming around again because, you know, Kenny Rogers and Kirsty MacColl and Don McLean, they're the people that started that off. And it's kind of come round in a circle, the folk pop roots coming back. And the fact that you don't really need to look like a pop star anymore.
Well, you can be that individual. Yeah. Your inspiration is Kirsty MacColl. I would say, looking at that video as well, there's kind of something of Lily Allen in you.
Oh, I love Lily Allen as well.
I thought the very same,
Did
actually.
you?
Yeah, those kind of songs and
using
the
your own
lyrics.
accent as well, and being a little bit cheeky with the lyrics, I think, is nice.
I love any sort of like comparisons to that, and especially Kirsty MacColl. I just find her so, you know, it's such a shame she's not here, and her music, there's a big gap just left by her. So
was because the first line in the song is the band plays Fairy Tale of New York and the party gets going. So that was probably a little tribute to her,
I wanted
possibly.
to make a little nod to it. And I listened to Fairy Tale of New York a lot when I was trying to get an idea for what I wanted to write this song about. And if you listen to any of her albums, her music is about people. It's about, you know, just your everyday person.
Yeah,
and that's
gathering together, celebrating.
Yeah, and I think that's what Christmas is about as well.
In terms of your own life, your big news this year with yourself and your wife Georgina were given permission to become foster parents.
Yeah,
just tell us a little bit about that and how that's changed your life.
We're respite foster carers, so we offer respite to other carers. Obviously, if I'm touring, it's quite difficult. Georgina actually sells merch on my tours, so you know, full family.
It's a family.
Yeah, we take the dog as well.
Yeah,
brilliant.
But
that's merchandise, by the way. Viewers who are wondering what
Get
merch is.
the merch out. Love the merch.
We offer support for other foster carers when we can, and the reason we do that is because, you know, G wanted to do something like that, and I do as well. I feel really lucky to be in a position in my career and in my life to be able to offer support to, you know, other foster carers and children that need it. So we have a kid with us at the moment who's watching, so hi, if you can see us online.
That's lovely. It's a really good thing to do.
It's a lot of fun and you learn a lot, you know, you're always sort of looking for something where you learn things.
And again, Lucy, it's not the typical pop star thing to do.
No, it's not.
I want to make my life. I want to learn as much as possible in my life and have all the experiences that I can. And this is a part of that. And it's a really fun.
Can you chill out for Christmas?
Yes.
Yes.
Chilling out.
You've done a lot of touring and recording and everything else. So
will we see you in Ireland next year?
Yes. Yeah, we've got a big tour coming in 2018. That's just been announced. We're going to add some Irish dates. I'm in America in March, but yeah, thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, do. Continued success, Lucy.
Thank you so much.
Lovely chatting to you this morning.